Hey everyone, in this video we're going through this week's epic weapons cache, and the first weapon that we see is Roxy's Superior Assault Rifle. And upon first glance, you think tough healing, oh that must be awesome. Wrong. I don't really like tough healing that much. It heavily depends on how many tough characters you run on your team, so even if you had 5 blue toons on your team and one of them was holding this weapon, it means 2 characters would get 25% bonus HP. But by running an all tough team, it's very susceptible to fast or yellow toons. Now, what is nice is that this type of weapon can stack with other tough healing weapons, which is decent, except tough healing, like the bonus HP, it doesn't help against bleed, burn, maim, it doesn't clear infection, so it just isn't really fitting in with the meta at the moment. If a meta was pure physical strength and power, then this would be okay, but because so many people run infection, this weapon just doesn't help. 30% defense is alright, 15% HP, Third slot, random healing. When being attacked, a small chance to heal one other team member with 10% of their max HP. This is the slot you would need to change out first. You could go with Elusive Impair maybe, and then add 30% HP and up that by another 5%. I just wish this weapon was better. I wish tough healing was more powerful, because even if you had 5 of these weapons, every turn you would only heal 2 of your 5 toons. Now, I know that's a bit confusing because if you have 5 of these weapons, you would think 2 would get 100% and 1 toon would get 25%. Because if all of these toons have a weapon that gives 25% bonus HP to 2 toons, there should be an extra 50%, but it's unaccounted for. We can see that the tough healing will only pick 2 toons, and I'm guessing it's the toons with the least amount of HP. So whether you have 4 tough healing weapons or 5 tough healing weapons, they do the exact same thing. So if you already have a few tough healing weapons, this is not a weapon that you really need. You could definitely craft something better. So just keep an eye out for that for the future. The next weapon on the weapon cache is Leon's Careful Blade. We've definitely seen this weapon before. 30% HP, 20% defense. Bonus defense, so plus 30% defense when being attacked by enemies with more than 70% of their HP. And 4th slot, reduced damage over time effects by 20%, which could be useful with these new towers coming out, mainly the bleed towers as well as the burn towers for war. Overall, this weapon is not that impressive. I think you could just craft something better. It seems very underwhelming. I would want to craft something different on the 3rd slot, possibly the 4th slot, and that's kind of dangerous. I like that when you level up a 4-star weapon to a 5-star weapon, it locks the maxed out 4-star weapon as the default 5-star weapon slots, which is pretty useful in my opinion. There's less fear in having to reset a weapon because you know you can keep that 3rd slot. Now, the last 5-star weapon on this epic weapons cache is Hina's Prepared Bamboo Staff. 30% HP, 15% defense, bonus defense, so plus 35% defense when being attacked by enemies with more than 60% of their HP, and reduce critical hit damage by 50%. So the last slot isn't bad, because there's lots of toons that rely upon critical hits to perform a high amount of damage, like Green Alpha, Priya, Henyin, and that's just a couple of examples. I wouldn't say this is a must-have weapon either. I guess it's okay, like the 30% HP is nice, the 4th slot isn't half bad. You would want to craft something different on the 3rd slot, like AP down, so when being attacked, minus 50 AP to the enemy. Change to 30% defense and add maybe 5% HP. So overall, this whole epic weapons cache is pretty unexciting. There is not a single weapon in here that I'm even moderately interested in, and I know most people pull on this epic weapons cache for the armory tokens, but sometimes you get lucky and you get a 5-star weapon, so just try to pull when there are some decent weapons on the wheel, just in case. Like, it would be really disappointing to get a bad 5-star weapon, especially with the number of coins that this epic weapons cache actually costs. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video.